Welcome back to Inside Franklin Athletics. I'm your host, Jake Trueblood, here as always with my co-host, Nick Wilson. And I normally ask Nick how he's doing, but he always says the same stuff. So, Jayce, we have Jayce Miller on the show today. He's a boys volleyball player. Jayce, thanks for being on here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today. How are you, Jake?
Just phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Just
That's what we like to
phenomenal.
hear.
I'm good too.
Yeah, Nick,
That's
how
what
are
he was.
you?
I knew he was going to say that, so I didn't even ask. Jayce, last week played Southport. Sorry, I'm really loud right now, but we'll get it figured out with Joseph, our switcher back there. But anyway, last week against Southport, you guys took home another W against a top 10 school, the same top 10 school you've already beat once, so that's pretty awesome. How'd that go?
Good. We actually played really phenomenally that night. We 3-0'd them, so we took the first three sets on them, and we really all kind of played together and had good team chemistry. So,
And then the other night, Center Grove,
yep.
same result. How was that one kind of carrying over from the Southport game?
I would say, well, even from the past week leading up to Center Grove, we've had a lot of momentum, I would say, with winning, because I believe we've won, is it 4 straight now, Nick?
Yeah, I'd say 4 straight.
4 or 3, I can't remember. But Center Grove, I think that was the most energy we've had in a game all year, maybe in the past couple years. But that was a fun game. I think maybe because it's more of a rivalry game, but it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I would probably say it's just because it's Center Grove and everyone here at Franklin wants to beat Center Grove, and I mean, it's easy kind of to do it here because they're not the most phenomenal team.
I mean, yeah, I'm going back to like basketball season when the boys basketball team was able to beat Center Grove in the sectional championship. I don't think I've ever experienced a more satisfying sports moment like to be at. Like that was just awesome.
Right.
Running out on the court and having their fans have to watch us celebrate like what should have been their trophy.
Right.
It's just an amazing feeling anytime you can beat Center Grove. So Nick, how's this chemistry between you and Jayce working out? I know you set Jayce a lot, so how's that work?
Well, I mean, he's only in for about 2 rotations that I'm in because he goes to the back and serves. So we really just have to talk and communicate for what we do, and then it really just depends how the ball comes over the net and how the pass goes.
For sure. Jayce, what's it like playing with an athlete the caliber of Tristan Coleman, not Nick? If you guys thought I was going to say Nick, you were just wrong.
Tristan, he's a heck of an athlete. I mean, really, I thought of this the other day. He's a 3-sport athlete playing football, basketball, and now volleyball. But he's just insane. And he knows so much about volleyball because I think that's the only sport he's played for 4 years here, at least. And he just knows so much. And he's always helping out other people, especially even me and like the 2 freshmen on our team. So,
For sure, yeah, that's great. It's awesome to have so much senior leadership. And along with senior leadership, how do you think this senior class has really taken that role as, captains of the team, been the leaders?
I think we've really kind of taken everyone because we have a young team besides us 7 seniors. So, really, the only other upperclassman, I guess, with us is Caden Baltimore, and he's a junior. So we have a bunch of sophomores and freshmen, and we've really kind of all bonded with them and taught them well. So especially like Joseph Ott over there, he's taught a lot, especially with his best bud Jackson Clements. So
Joseph, of course, our switcher as always, just such a
I told you that Tristan was a 3-sport athlete. No.
Joseph's mad because Jayce apparently said what Joseph said yesterday, and he wants his credit.
He always does.
Hey, we'll put it on the documentary. Inside Franklin Athletics documentary coming out in a few weeks, so stay tuned for that. That should be fun.
We gotta leave all this in.
Yeah, we'll leave it all in. I'd ask you a question, Joe, but you're over there, and you don't have a mic.
Come here, Joe.
Come here, Joe.
Come here. Come here.
We might cut this a little bit. So, Joe.
Yeah, Jake.
Well, I don't know. Normally, I just prepare questions for one person.
Now you got 3.
Yeah, now I do have 3. But, Joe, what is it like from your experience being a senior on the team this year?
Oh, it's real great. Getting through these 4 years with the rest of these seniors, it's just nice to see us all come together at the end of our years and really start winning now. Especially, Jayce Miller.
What'd I do?
You won't see him because
I don't
did you
know.
switch it to that one?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
We're on that camera.
He's just phenomenal.
Thanks, Jake. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go back to switching now.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Joe, I love your serves. Everybody come out. Well, when's this come out?
Tomorrow.
Oh, never mind. Hopefully, when you see this,
Come-
Joseph
hey.
will have 10 aces
No,
against
Come,
Fishers.
come out tomorrow. We play 2 games. We play the homeschoolers and New Pal.
Wait, is it Indy Wildcat homeschool team?
No, it's Indie Genesis.
Oh, dang. Okay. So, Jace, this is something I don't ask a lot of people, but how do you manage the stress of being a student athlete?
Well, it's kind of ironic, but student athlete, I mean, granted this semester, not the hardest of classes I've ever taken, but granted outside of volleyball, I do a lot of things too, so I really just have to find the time to do it. Like there's a lot of late nights and stuff and fitting it in coach or in, study hall, and we have study tables even before practice, which helps a lot too. So,
Sure. And then you're going to Ball State next year?
yes,
What would you like to study at Ball State?
I'm studying sports media telecommunications.
Nice. So maybe you could be like me one day
Oh, maybe.
with your own podcast on sports.
Right, we could.
I'm an inspiration. So, Jace, about you individually as a player, what are kind of like your strengths?
I would say this year, something that's improved a lot strength-wise is my serving. Because, I mean, you can ask Joseph and Nick. My serves were horrendous the past 3 years, really.
To be fair, everyone's was terrible. That was the worst part of our whole team last year.
That is true. Like, I didn't even really serve last year at all, but this year, I mean, in club and in the off season, I really worked on serving, and now I hate to brag, and I hate to say it like this, but I do beat Joseph in the serving percentage right now at 95. So, oh, aces, I think I have 13, Joseph, and I think you have 10. Last I looked.
Hey, Joe, you don't have
I am dyslexic. No, I had that backwards. You have more aces.
Okay,
Sorry.
just kidding. So your serves are now kind of your strength.
Yes,
What's a weakness?
definitely passing. It'll always be passing.
Meaning like when the ball comes over and you have to hit it to someone to spike it?
No,
pass
more
to
like
someone.
platform passing, like
Ah,
in the back row, like when I have to play defense after I serve.
I
So,
got you. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And then obviously those rankings have come out, and I've been around the school. I've heard a lot of volleyball players not too happy about it after some pretty great performances in some games.
Right.
What do you have to say about not being in the top 10? I mean, obviously the rankings can't matter that much because you just got to go out there and play your game. But
Right.
you still want to be respected.
Right. Well, technically, this week has not came out yet as of now when we're recording this. But especially like last week, I thought maybe we should have at least been number 10. But it's tough when you take a set on the 4th team in the state and you beat the 9th team twice and the 10th team, and you compete with HSE a little bit. So it's iffy there when like you're playing at the same level as some of these top 10 teams and you're not getting recognized, I guess.
That's playing a little nice right there. Just taking one set on Perry. Well, we beat them. We
Well,
beat them.
we did beat them, but we're not going to get into that. So
No, let's get into it.
We should get into
well, Nick, you explain it.
All right. I don't know the call they made because I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. Well, then I'll
Yeah.
So what happened was we went to a third set with them in a best of 3, and the score was 18-17. We were on off like about to score, and they take out the setter, Charlie Sanders, our freshman, and so it went to Caden Baltimore, our libero, and there's the 10-foot line, and as a libero you can't jump in front of the 10-foot line and set it because it counts as like a front row attack, and he didn't jump. He lifted 1 foot off the ground and set it to Sam O'Jay, who killed it and got the point. And
Which would have won it for
they
us.
did. They called it as one, and we celebrated. It was 19-17. We win the game. We just knocked out the number 4 team. Literally, we're on our way to shake hands, and they overturned the call, saying that Caden jumped. So
Interesting.
very controversial, and yeah, we ended up playing it out and losing. So
Yeah, you don't want to slander refs too much, but yeah, I get the frustration for sure.
yeah.
Yep. I'm not allowed to say a lot about the refs after fiasco on a broadcast one time when I just
Yeah.
took
no.
it way too far at a basketball game. So
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too. I understand when you reverse a call, but also when you wait that long to reverse a call, it gets a little.
Yeah.
That's a bit iffy.
yeah,
so.
for sure.
And that really matters. I mean, you said that the rankings don't really matter, but the only difference between our sport and, say, like football, our ranking affects our regionals.
Yes.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
gets-
it's a seeding. It's not like a set
Yeah,
thing.
it gets.
It's not
We don't
like a
do a
draw.
draw. It gets seeded by, like, I think of it as a March Madness bracket.
Yeah.
So I think not everyone makes it to regionals, do they?
Everyone does. Could we go straight to regionals?
I don't think everyone does, because I feel like there were some.
Well, like there's probably like 2 or 3 teams that don't
Oh
make it.
yeah, but like last year, we were more middle of the pack, I guess, on rankings wise, and we ended up in the #1 team in the state's regional, and now it's Roncalli. So
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're wanting to get up high so you don't have to play a wrong caller.
right,
That makes sense.
Which we should be a whole lot higher than last year.
right.
Nice. So you guys have Fishers on the schedule, or did you say something else was?
Well, technically, when this comes out, we'll have played Fishers yesterday because we played them tonight on Wednesday. But Friday night we have a try match against New Pal and Indy Genesis, which is, I believe, homeschool athletes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nice.
I've never played either team before.
How's a try match work?
So I don't know. Is it best of 3 or best of 5?
I have no.
I would think it's best of 3 because so each team there will play each other. So there's technically 3 games. So we play the first game against Indy Genesis at 6, then at 7, Indy Genesis and New Pal play, and then we play New Pal at 8.
Okay, I got you.
So
I imagine we'll play the same time as
as JV, yeah,
JV
JV would be in the
in
field.
the house.
So
Okay, that makes sense. That's interesting. That's a cool thing you can do with volleyball because like that's not possible with the sport. Like, I mean, I guess in like AAU tournaments and stuff like that, you can do it for basketball.
Right.
Definitely not possible for football. You have to game plan for like an entire week for
Right.
a football team. So that's cool that you can do that with volleyball and just have like a try meet and be like,
and it'll be cool too seeing teams that we have never played.
Mhm.
So, and I think this might be New Pal's first year with the team,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm
oh really?
correct. Yeah.
That's cool. So, Jayce, I'm about done with my questions, but before you leave, obviously, it's getting to that point where senior season's kind of wrapping up, and we've already experienced it twice with football and
Right.
the winter sports and everything, but this is it. Like, we graduate in like 20 days. And it's like, holy crap! Like, wow. So, if you could go back in time and tell that little freshman Jayce Miller something, what would you say?
Well, I think I would tell him, don't be afraid to hit the ball, because you were afraid to hit the ball for some reason. Try your hardest. Like, even, yeah, I think of my brother, because he's a freshman now, seeing him play, he's so much better as a freshman than I ever was as a freshman, because I feel like I'm trying to teach him to not do the mistakes that I did,
Yeah.
or like, make him better, which is nice. So really, I guess just try your hardest and don't like adapt to what you can, do what you can. So
Definitely. Yeah, that's awesome. It's weird, man. I mean, it's
yeah,
almost over.
I know what you're saying. Cause like even yesterday, at the end of practice, they said we're in our final 2 weeks of our season, and I really didn't think of it like that. Cause it's like, oh crap, we're almost in May, and
Yeah.
so it's coming up.
I don't want to lose this, you know? Like,
Yeah, no, I get it. I get
there
it.
isn't a Inside Franklin Athletic Summer Edition. I don't know what I'm going to do without Joe back there. No, but for real though, if you would like to see more on Inside Franklin Athletics and how that was made, we're gonna have a documentary coming out shortly, so be on the lookout for that. And Jayce, thanks so much for being on here. It's been great having you here, and Nick, thanks for being my other guest today because, well, you're also on the team.
Yeah.
So this has been Inside Franklin Athletics. Don't forget to like and subscribe.